Let's be real. In our nonstop, always-on world, our brains are just fried. They're working overtime all the time with zero breaks. So today, we're going to talk about mental burnout and, more importantly, how to give your mind the vacation it is absolutely screaming for.
So let me just ask you this straight up. Does your brain feel like it's screaming for help? You know that feeling, right? Where you're just completely overwhelmed, even on days when you feel like you haven't accomplished much at all. Trust me, if you're nodding along right now, you are not alone.
And this really gets to the heart of it. We tell ourselves, I'm just being lazy. But what's actually going on is this massive, totally invisible effort. Your brain is waging an epic backstage battle, just trying to process all the anxiety from that endless to-do list. It's not laziness, not even close. It's exhaustion.
Okay, so let's dive into the first big idea here. We've got to diagnose the problem. And the problem is this: your brain is basically overheating.
Do any of these sound familiar? That feeling of having an inbox in your head with thousands of unread emails? Or like your brain is a laptop with 100 browser tabs open at once and the cooling fan is just about to fly off? It's intense, and it leads to this core issue. We've gotten so obsessed with being productive that we actually feel guilty for just daydreaming for a second.
I mean, let's just call it what it is. Our brains have become mental sweatshops. They are working around the clock, 24/7, processing an insane amount of information every single day, all with zero vacation days. It's just not sustainable.
But don't worry, there is a solution, and it's not as complicated as you might think. It is time to grant your brain an official mental summer vacation.
So what exactly is a mental summer vacation? Well, it's a designated zero workload period that you give your brain. And here's the best part. No travel, no money required. It's basically a permission slip that you write for yourself to just do nothing, to just be. It's about actually scheduling downtime as a non-negotiable part of your day.
All right, so you're probably thinking, what do I do on this mental vacation? Well, let's get into the fun part, your vacation itinerary. We've got 4 simple, really powerful activities to get you started.
First up on the itinerary, and this one is absolutely crucial in this day and age, the digital detox. Yep, it's time to put some healthy distance between you and that glowing rectangle that lives in your pocket.
And the steps are actually pretty simple. So, around 9 p.m., make a little ritual out of it. Actually say goodnight to your phone. Then, lock it away in what our source here calls a digital cage. A drawer works just fine. And then, try to replace it with something comforting, like petting your cat or dog, not another push notification. And why is this so important? Well, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Your phone screen is an invitation to a stimulant party for your brain. Every time you're scrolling, even casually, your brain is comparing, worrying, and processing at full speed. For your mind to truly rest, that party has to end.
Okay, our second activity is, I gotta say, my personal favorite. It's called The Clueless Person's Walk, and it is all about the beautiful art of wandering without any purpose at all.
I want you to forget your step counter, forget your fitness goals, just for a moment. Leave your house with no destination in mind. A great tip is to pretend you're an alien who just landed and you're curious about everything. Notice the clouds, smell a flower, let your feet decide where you go. The goal here is pure sensory experience, not achievement. See, this isn't really about getting lost. It's about letting go. It's a journey of no brain navigation. You're intentionally switching off that part of your brain that's always planning and calculating the next move. You're just being. All right, let's move on to our third activity. This is one you can do absolutely anywhere, anytime. And it's got a great name, dinosaur belly breathing. You know when we're stressed, our breathing gets all short and shallow, right? Well, this completely reverses that. Just place a hand on your belly. As you inhale slowly through your nose, imagine you're filling up a giant dinosaur's belly with air until it's as big and round as a watermelon. Then exhale slowly through your mouth and let that watermelon shrink all the way back down. And this is what it does. Just a few of those breaths can physically signal to your nervous system that it's safe to chill out. You are actively replacing your body's high alert combat mode with a much, much calmer beach lounge chair mode. I love that.
And for our final activity, we are going to tap into our inner child with something called Return to Kindergarten Time.
The whole idea here is to just engage in pure, purposeless creation. Grab a cheap coloring book, a blank piece of paper, whatever, and just doodle. Don't try to make a masterpiece. The goal isn't what you make, it's just the feeling of doing it. And hey, that pro tip to draw a cartoon of your annoying colleague, that's just a fun little bonus. And what this is really doing when you're doodling or coloring is you're sending a direct message to that analytical, logical part of your brain, that left hemisphere, and you're basically telling it, hey, you can clock out. You are on vacation today. It lets all the other, more intuitive parts of your mind come out and play.
So, after a digital detox, a clueless walk, some dinosaur breathing, and kindergarten time, what's the big takeaway? Well, it all leads to this really powerful conclusion. There is immense, productive power in what looks like doing nothing.
We have this idea that breakthroughs only come from grinding harder, from forcing a solution. But so often, the exact opposite is true. When you finally stop pushing, when you stop forcing it and just give your mind some space. That's when the aha moments show up. It's on that walk, or in the shower, or while you're just doodling, that your brain, working quietly in the background, finally connects the dots and delivers those brilliant insights you were looking for. Rest isn't the opposite of work. It's a vital part of it. So I'll just leave you with this question. You have the itinerary, you have your permission slip. Where will your brain go on vacation first? Give it a try. Your mind will thank you for it. Thanks for tuning in.